En esta nueva oportunidad le damos la bienvenida a nuestra querida audiencia porque tenemos justamente la oportunidad, ¿no es cierto?, de estar con Bruce Knox, que es el presidente del Comité Ejecutivo de ONGs del Departamento de Comunicaciones Globales, y justamente se está tratando en este momento todos los últimos detalles para la conferencia de Salt Lake City, que sin duda será un éxito por el esfuerzo mancomunado de todos aquellos que estamos participando para que así sea. Así que le damos la bienvenida a Bruce. Bruce, we welcome you. It's an honor for us to have the opportunity to meet you and to share with the audience of Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay, and all Latin America and the world, why not, the opportunity of share your point of view of the real work that the Executive Committee is working through your presidents and also from the next conference in Salt Lake City.
Well, thank you. Muchas gracias. We're very much looking forward to this conference. It's very much a collaboration with the UN staff and with civil society. We want to make civil society as inclusive as possible. The work that you're doing in Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay is very important because we want the entire world to be part of this conference, and you're bringing that world to us. So thank you very much.
No, thank you for all of you for giving us the opportunity. Okay, I would like to know which is your vision from the Executive Committee and from the UN for all the youth and for all youth like I to continue working and to add a new vision, new points of view. What you can share with us?
The youth are absolutely spectacular. Around the world, the youth are standing out and insisting that we do something about climate change. Unfortunately, many of the older people think, okay, we'll just live our lives and then we'll die and our lives will be fine. But the young people have to face what's coming.
Exactly.
And they see that the world is in great danger because of climate change. Close to your country, you have Brazil, which is cutting down the rainforest every day, thousands of hectares of rainforest. And we need that forest for the oxygen for Earth. So these are issues that the youth are really bringing to the politicians and insisting they do something about it. They're doing this in Europe. They're doing this in North America and South America and Asia. So we need the young people to really stand up because it's their future that matters. And no one nation can do this by themselves. We all need to work together as a world on these issues. And the young people are very dynamic. They're wonderful. And,
of course.
Yes.
Of course. I want to share with all our audience the point of view that you have also respecting the different language, because it's a need from our countries in Latin America, and all of them tell me always why they don't speak in Spanish. So I would like that you explain to them that you are working on that issue also.
It's a very serious issue, and I care about it very much. We care about racism, and we care about misogyny and gender equality and these things like that. We also need to care about linguistic equality because of the colonial past, English has become the colonial language of the world, and that's not fair. And everything we do here at the UN should be at least translated into the 6 UN languages, which of course includes Spanish. And it's every time I raise this issue with the United Nations, they say money, money, money. They don't have the money for the translators. But you have a wonderful idea of using the universities as a way to get authoritative translations for everything the UN does. And there are universities around the world that I'm sure that would be happy to translate into Spanish, into Russian, into Chinese, into French, into all of the UN languages, and more. It should even be more languages.
Exactly. Because if not, it's also discrimination.
It is discrimination, and that's why I say it's like racism, or it's like, inequalities of gender. I mean, this is a kind of oppression to just assume that everything must be in English. And I feel badly because, English is my language, and I'm uncomfortable in Spanish, although I speak un poco.
Okay, the next interview will be in Spanish.
Okay, claro. Ojalá. And everybody should learn more than one language. It's really important. And
this global planet is very important.
I mean, the joke, you probably have heard this joke, if somebody knows 3 languages, they call them trilingual. And if someone knows 2 languages, they call them bilingual. If someone only knows 1 language, they call them American.
I didn't know, but now I will apply it.
So we're the worst when it comes to learning languages, and I really regret it, because certainly all Americans should know Spanish.
Yes.
Because Spanish is the language of this continent. English and language and French. Those 3 languages everybody should know on this continent, because they're spoken throughout this continent.
Okay. I would like to share you another thing that perhaps you didn't know, is that I present a project at the ECOSOC on 26th of April of this year, and the presidents and a committee of 19 ambassadors approved it, and they called me to Buenos Aires, come here, you must explain this project in front of all the presidents. And some points that I put in that project, that after they notify me that because of the relevance, they take it to the General Secretary and they spread it by the UN press. So imagine for the coordinator regional, it's very nice. And the idea is to realize that we need to redefine, excuse me, my English, the way in which the states must have a social, ethical, and moral responsibility to protect their citizens, And I think that is very important, and it goes, by the way, with the climate change, to protect the citizens through different projects, to the civil protection, because there are many people that ignore, and they don't know how to put in practice the culture of prevention. So I think that through your presidents, through your work all around the world, would be very important to manage this situation, to insist to all the states to have a social, moral, and ethical responsibility to protect their people. And also another thing that I know very well that you will like it is to take out the competitive between the people and raise up the complementary, because I'm sure that you have plenty of things that could help me to grow, and perhaps I have one that can help you. So I have a compromise with you to raise up the flag of this situation for the protection of all the global civil society. It's a compromise.
Yes.
And a compromise that I want to speak now to all the audience is that you will come to Argentina.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Remember, I have the video now.
Yes, you have a video, and absolutely, I will come without fail. You tell me when, and I will be there.
Okay, Bruce.
We will fix a date.
Okay. It's an honor for us really to be in touch with you. Your excellent work through your president in the executive committee of NGOs, and I would like to take your vision also to Argentina. Thank you for your time, thank you for your disposition, and thank you for your heart.
Thank you. Thank you for your heart as well. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Bueno, muchísimas gracias por vuestro tiempo. Es muy importante haber tenido la oportunidad de hablar con un hombre de Estado como es Bruce Knott, un militar muy reconocido mundialmente, no solo reconocido, sino honrado por la Secretaría de Estado de Estados Unidos. Él recibió múltiples honras y distinciones y es un honor para nosotros que nos haya dado su tiempo para poder compartirlo con ustedes. Muchísimas gracias. Esto ha sido Despertando Conciencia, el programa de la Fundación Argentina de las Naciones Camino a la Verdad, impulsando el conocimiento global para nuestra audiencia, para un crecimiento en comunión y en la sana convivencia pacífica. Muchísimas gracias por vuestro tiempo.